We are now playing Honkai Star Rail. We are now... Ay, wait. Pero pala akong gustong panoorin. Isang... where is it? Oh, this video. This deleted chapter almost ruined everything for One Punch Man, my baby. One Punch Man, I've read the manga and up until after matapos yung Garo arc. And after that, I stopped reading it and then I will read it eventually. Eventually. And the chapter that he is talking about in this video is this particular panel na kung saan nag-usap sila. I actually know this. It is just that there are some people na hindi alam yung na binago pala yung chapter nito because of the fans. Attack on Titan who? Attack on Titan who? One Punch Man has problems with his fans 100%. I don't know, man. These fans of One Punch Man just wanna see fights. If you wanna see Goku versus Saitama, just watch YouTube video. Don't read. Pinagbawalan kagad sila, no? Pwede ka na manood ng or magbasa ng One Punch Man. It's just that don't judge it like parang parang it is more on a fight scene or parang laban-laban lang ang One Punch Man. One Punch Man is more on the character of each individual. One Punch Man, okay? Ang One Punch Man is more on the psyche of each characters here. Ayun ako. Alam mo ba na si Saitama the most lonely person in the whole One Punch Man? He is the most depressed person in the whole One Punch Man manga. And here this panel, guys, this panel is where everything should go right. But I still believe that Murata should still put this particular panel or put the next event on this particular panel on the manga. He should be. It is just that parang siya sabihin na natin, sabi nila hindi daw siya canon, pero it is canon for me. It is canon. It is 100% canon for me. Kasi kapag kung sakali man lang na tinuloy ni Murata yung part na to ng manga, there will be no changes at all. There will be no changes at all. It is just that yung pacing kasi ng manga, I think is, I don't know, once a month, twice a month, I don't know. Parang ganun ata yun. Syempre mga fans ng One Punch Man is more eager to see action pack to pack. And para silang mga bata na parang hindi mo napakain ng kung ano-ano. Alam mo yun? Hindi sila makapaghintay. Kaya binago. Ayun. Kaya naman, papanoorin natin ngayon itong video about this. So,
this manga chapter was so wildly hated by the One Punch Man fan base that it was straight up redrawn and rewritten after it had already released.
Imagine Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan ending is just and then he add something, then it is still but that's okay. They let the author do what they want. Actually,
it came during one of, if not,
this should be a very good part of the manga wherein Saitama will talk to Garo one-on-one, just man-to-man. What is the psyche or what is the problem that he has now mentally, in terms of mentally? Oh my goodness, One Punch Man is a very good manga. I 100% recommend to read it. And this whole arc technically doesn't really happen. The whole arc, the Gaara versus Saitama fight doesn't really happen, if you know what I mean. But still, it is very cool. And this part of the manga or the fight, during the fight, this particular panel, this part was taken out, like he said, which should not be taken out because there would be no problem at all, I think.
This manga chapter was so wildly hated by the One Punch Man fanbase that it was straight up redrawn and rewritten after it had
That's
already
bad.
released.
That's
It came
bad.
during one of, if
Imagine
not
the fans.
most hyped battles in
Sheesh.
all of One Punch Man, and
Oh,
left tons
no.
of people speechless when it was released. Speechless, but not typeless, I guess, because lying about it,
Ay, nangyari?
depending on which translation you read.
Pindot.
Well, today I'll be going over both versions that were released and try to explain why people got so
Oh,
damn upset
no.
with the first version.
Oh,
along
no,
with
wait,
answering
wait.
the mystery of why one went with this original version in the first place and how it would have
Paano
changed the
matake?
entire story if he had kept it. The original version of this chapter goes like this. The first stage of Saitama's battle with Garo reaches its end after it's made abundantly clear that no matter what Garo tries, he can't make a single
True. So there, just to give you a heads up, so there is just two versions of it. There might be two versions. The first version should end up with Garo and Saitama talking with. However, after that, it was cut off. So it was written off. It was drawn again, and then it was skipped. Actually, it is totally just skip. And I will love if Murata just drawn it. I would really love if Murata just do it and then said, frick all the fans. By the way, this is our manga. It is not yours. Doesn't matter. But still, oh yes, fans just, oh my goodness.
scratch on Saitama.
Fans are just so very oh, maybe they're just a child brainer. I don't know, man.
Along the way, he tried everything from dishing out attacks that target Saitama's internal organs, assuming that they weren't as invulnerable as his outer body. Spoilers, they are. And even shooting him into the ground so hard that the impact bulged the other side of the planet.
True, literally, this is the best fight of the manga. I think this is the best fight of all the manga.
Truly an epic beginning to that fight. I don't think anybody has any complaints about that. All of these
Yeah,
attempts
there were
obviously
no
had
complaints.
zero impact on Saitama, and if anything, showcased some deep-rooted hero instincts within Garo, since most of his attacks...
Give me 1 second. Let me just think about it, okay? Think about this time. Give me 1 second. Maybe I could keep that. Where's the hunt? Hunt. All the hunt. Where's the hunt? Hunt. Maybe this one. Okay, cool. And let's fight the boss. Let's do this. Oh no, it's oh no. Oh shit. Maybe this. Then up. Let's go.
Inadvertently led to tons of people being saved all around the world. He helped a bunch of people that were trapped in this underground bunker. He stopped a ton of people from being straight up annihilated by an active volcano, and also helped a bunch of people on the other side of the planet that were about to be taken out by a waterfall.
What about good about this? That Garo saving everyone. That Garo wants to be the evil of the evil, the pinnacle of evil, and wants everyone turn to him and then fight to him para magkaisa lahat. He's an evil. He just wants to be the pinnacle of the evil. And however, the thing here is that while he is fighting Saitama, he just at the same time he just saved people.
After getting straight up worked by some more of Saitama's punches, Garo starts to realize that no matter what he tries, it doesn't seem like there's any way that he can scrap out.
Yeah, this is the time where Gaara's motivation is just so low, very low, and someone needs to talk to him. 100%.
Victory, like he has in every other fight he's been in so far. For the first time, we see a Garo that truly starts questioning if he ever had what it took to accomplish his dream of becoming the absolute evil. And
He
eventually
is.
realizes that deep down, he'd always felt like he would.
You know what? Let's say Garo become the absolute evil of evil. Let's say he's the absolute evil. After that, what will happen? Nothing. That's why he needs to talk with someone that could understand Garo, and that is only Saitama. Saitama is the pinnacle of strength. Saitama is on the top of the top. Saitama understand him.
fail. He comes to the realization that if he couldn't fulfill his dream, he at least wants to be put down as a monster by the guy who ruined everything for him. Pretty metal, right? He rushes in for one final blow on Saitama and demands that Saitama takes him out, but of course Saitama refuses.
This is very cool and I love it. This fight is so cool.
He notices Garo's deep resentment.
Oh, by the way, everyone who do not want to be spoiled by One Punch Man, please click off if you want. If you don't care about spoilers, please you can watch it together with me. Let's watch it together and discuss it together.
For heroes and suggests that they sit down and talk things out instead of carrying on this pointless.
True, Naruto vibes. Yes, talk to Jutsu. Yes, 100% talk to Jutsu. But this sport has done well, really done well. This sport wherein Garo is so low. He needs to talk to someone. Everyone needs to talk to someone. Even you yourself needs to talk to someone when you are super low. Some people might not need it, do not want it, but you need it. I think you need it. I think some people, ano ba pinagsasabi ko lang yan? Ayun ko sabihin, some people do not want it, but you still need it actually. Wait, natatalo ko?
Fight. This is when we get.
Wait, what? Oh no. Okay, that's cool. That's bold of you. That's bold of you.
All of One Punch
Dear
Man
thing.
history, where we get this shot of Saitama and Garo sitting across from.
This is very fun and very cute. Cute. Kung makikita mo dito, di ba si Garo? Cute sa pagkakaupo niya.
Each other at a
Wait,
table
natalo ko?
inside this rundown shack, ending the chapter right there and then. Now, let me just say right now, in my opinion, when I first saw this panel in the original release of the manga, I thought it was downright adorable. I mean,
Yeah,
just look
true,
at how
100%.
Garo's
I also
politely sitting
adore
down,
this.
looking all sad and ready to have this little therapy session with Saitama, all while having this crazy large
This is really a therapy session.
monster body. I straight up loved it. The problem is though, most people weren't looking for adorable midway through one of the most
Base true. Agreed.
anticipated fights of the entire series. They wanted more punching, more explosions, and more.
Yeah, that's how dumb the fans of some of the fans of the One. I'm not saying all of the fans of One Punch Man are just child brainer that wants Goku versus Saitama. It is just that some of the fans just really dumb, and most of them, oh no, is really do not understand what One Punch Man is. It is not all about fight. Yes, it is quirky, it is funny, it is really cool when it comes to fight. But still, One Punch Man is not all about fights. Take note, the person who do the Mob Psycho is also the author of One Punch Man. If you know Mob Psycho, you will understand it. Wait, just hold on a second. Yeah, it is just that they are so dumb, man, to the point wherein the author needs to, to cut off that particular section. I don't think that it will change everything, and I think that is still canon, but still, no. It is unfortunate.
Or rage-induced transformations from Garo. Nothing else. And I can understand that. I mean, people have been waiting for this fight for years at that point. Most people argue that we didn't wait all of these years for the manga version of this fight just to get like a Talk No Jutsu session out of nowhere. And these people
what is the problem with that? What is the problem with nothing? Nothing
of the entire arc. It's not confirmed that all the backlash caused one in Mirage.
And I think it is just the fans just so child brainer to the point their patience is really low or really short, but I mean really short, kasi nga yung nire-release kasi ng manga is siya medyo matagal. Alam ko sobrang tagal kasi, so kaya siguro ganun. Ewan ko, maybe that's the reason.
The entire chapter,
and the fans are just oh my goodness.
You could definitely make the argument for it, seeing as how the Talk No Jutsu session was completely removed from the re-release of the same chapter.
And that's unfortunate, and I like it so much. I want to know what are the things that they want to talk about.
In this new updated version, the first half of the chapter stays exactly the same, where Garo still completely gets sock-and-bopped by Saitama, and Garo still realizes that nothing he's done so far had any effect on Saitama whatsoever.
Yes,
However,
yes.
the changes begin with Garo seeing Saitama as the embodiment of unfairness, and even imagined him alongside the bullies that tormented him when he was a kid. This changes the context of why Garo gets up and continues fighting Saitama at this point, even though visually, it's a mirror image of the original version. Before, Garo had admitted defeat and decided to go out as a monster, while in this new version, at this point, even though visually, it's a mirror image of the original.
There's no way I'll lose myself, so I let myself full sleep. This is how I wanted to die alone. You see the difference? You see the difference between the dialogues? You see the difference how Garo is thinking? What are the things that surrounds the mind of Garo?
Version. Before, Garo had admitted defeat and decided to go out as a monster, while in this new version, Garo refuses to admit defeat to Saitama. This is where things go in a completely different direction and leads to some massive surprises. Instead of blocking the blow and suggesting that they talk things out, Saitama just punches Garo so hard that he goes flying and even breaks out of his monster shell. As he's flying from the impact of the punch, this is when he starts to realize that his dream is about to be smothered out by Saitama, and at that moment, an ominous voice says, "I can hear you." This is followed by a series of spiraling clouds forming in the sky as lightning jolts out of each one. Then out of nowhere, two massive legs stomp down onto the earth with massive force. We also see that these legs are projecting in a different dimension or something, because the civilians and heroes nearby only see the massive storm clouds but not the towering legs. This also includes Saitama. We then see this ominous figure, presumed to be God, talk to Garo directly as it says, "Garo, your deepest wish is on the verge of falling apart at the hands of a single hero." And in very Garo fashion, he responds with, "Shut your mouth, you want to get killed?" Well, God ignores this and says, "There is only one fist that can counter the fist that is directly," as it says, "Garo, your deepest wish is on the verge of falling apart at the hands of a single hero." And in very Garo fashion, he responds with, "Shut your mouth, you want to get killed?" Well, God ignores this and says, "There is only one fist that can counter the fist that is turned against God. What do you think that is?" Garo responds by saying,
"What do you think
"What
that
are you trying
is?
to say? Who the hell are you, asshole? Show your face." The ominous voice chuckles and says, "And here I am trying to help you out." This is when God seemingly takes the form of Bang, Garo's former master. He continues on to say, "There is no master who would just sit back and watch as their student gets beaten." He then reaches out a hand to Garo, likely to offer him some of his power like he has to many others. After this, we cut back to Saitama on the ground looking up at the sky. He notices that something's coming, and right on cue, Garo lands where the as lightning jolts out of each one. Then out of nowhere, massive legs stomp down onto the earth with massive force. We also this ominous figure single hero, and in very Garo fashion, he responds with, "Shut your mouth, you want to get killed?" Well, God ignores this and says, "There is only one fist that can counter the fist that is turned against God. What do you think that is?"
What do you think that
responds
is?
by saying, "What are you trying to say? Who the hell are you, asshole? Show your face." The ominous voice chuckles and says, "And here I am trying to help you out." This is when God seemingly takes the form of Bang, Garo's former master. He continues on to say, "There is no master who would just sit back and watch as their student gets beaten." He then reaches out a hand to Garo, likely to offer him some of his power like he has to many others. After this, we cut back to Saitama on the ground looking up at the sky. He notices that something's coming, and right on cue, Garo lands right in front of him.
The
this
cosmic.
is when we get one of the most shocking moments in the entire manga, as Saitama notices that Garo
is in
made
danger.
another costume change, referring to his previous monster transformations, but this one is much different, and something that nobody had seen before, not even webcomic readers. This was a brand
100%.
new reveal in the story.
This is the god of the god. This is the pinnacle of Garo, which is really cool.
Back to Garo, we see that his body is now enveloped completely in this outer space landscape, with stars and galaxies being projected all over him. Saitama squints his eyes in disbelief at what he's seeing, but this is no illusion. Garo has now become awakened Garo Cosmic Fear Mode. From then on, the rest is history, with one of the most insane fights you'll ever see in a manga.
Agreed 100%. Technically, it doesn't happen. in real lifetime, but still really cool. I still stand by my what I said earlier. This particular panel, is just should have happened, and there will be no problems at all. There will be no problems at all. 100%.
This history with one of the most insane fights you'll
It is just the fans are just idiot
ever see in a manga.
and then have a short patience.
Super epic moment. I still get
Patience.
excited rereading that
Yeah,
chapter, no matter how
patience.
many times I go back to it. This new version
You know what? It is just that I don't know. God in this I don't. Still think it doesn't. I still think it is not God. It is just some monsters or entity in this particular universe of One Punch Man that's give powers, or I mean, just give calm. You want calm? Let me calm on you. Oh, let me interject it to you and give it to you to have your boost, your power. It's just that. Oh no, I don't know. I think this. It is come from a fan, from me myself, my fan, who just read the manga and up until the last chapter of God of versus Saitama,
was
or God versus Saitama arc, or what do you call this? I don't know what you call that.
undoubtedly
care.
praised by the whole fan base and injected the hype and excitement back
Injected the hype. Someone injected to me. This particular chapters of One Punch is really hype, really cool, and I love it. I really recommend, if you still do not read One Punch Man, please read. The One Punch Man will be one of your top manga of all time. 100%.
back into the
Just kidding. It might not be, but still it is really cool. And it will be one of your favorites. Maybe not. I don't wanna say it I don't wanna say it should be, but still you might like it. You will like it. Not only for the fights, but also what are the emotions that they're given, the characters attitudes, how they are thinking and everything. One Punch Man is not all about fights. It is all about the characters.
fight that many people thought was lost in the original version. I've always wondered though, what was one thinking with this original version, and
True, 100%. I want to know what are the things that they've talked about. I want to know how deep it is. I want to know what are the things that Garo is thinking. I want to know how we can fix Garo. I don't want to fix him. It is just I want to talk to him. I want to know how he is thinking right now at this point. Does he still want to be the pinnacle of evil? Does he still want to fight? Does he still want to, you know what I mean? And then maybe after that particular scenario, then God and this universe just whisper to him, it's free real estate, it's a free real estate.
what direction was he originally planning on going with this fight? Because the difference in how each version ended could not be more different. One ends adorably, the other one ends like the whole world is about to end. I, for one, never really saw a problem with the original version, and the people that were
Agreed, 100%.
all up in arms about the schedule a lot of other battle manga follow. This extra week in between each chapter makes it to where the
What
anticipation
happened?
one had two major things going against this first version. Imagine that at the end of their conversation, Garo would get enraged at the idea that Saitama is simply a hero for fun, causing me fear.
Tama
All
ako.
the god stuff and the thing we got in the updated version was likely always going of being under most circumstances. Battle manga follow. This extra week in between each chapter makes it to where the anticipation, and I don't think anyone would have complained. The problem is that one had two major things going against this first version. For starters, One Punch Man is a bi-weekly release versus the
Oh,
usual weekly
bi-weekly
release schedule.
pala siya. Kala ko once a month.
A lot of other battle manga follow. This extra week in between each chapter makes it to where the anticipation and the
Yeah, true, right. Like I said.
excitement for the next one is way higher than it would be if it had a weekly release schedule, and the hype was exponentially increased during this time in particular because of where we were at in the story. For readers to wait 2 weeks for the next entry of this epic fight, only to be met with a potential therapy chapter immediately after that, it makes sense
Why
why it
not? That's cool.
bothered a lot of people. Along with this, webcomic readers were continuously comparing how the Monster Association arc was going in the manga with how it originally went down in the webcomic, many of which were already pounding their fists on the table declaring that the webcomic version was way better, long before this controversial chapter.
Yeah, manga is better, anime is better, light novel is better, but live action is never will be better.
This only made it to where that vocal minority got even louder by now having this mostly disliked chapter to point to. And this is just a universal problem with like any One Punch Man chapter. The webcomic elitists always point out how the webcomic was way better for this reason or another. Look, if you enjoy the
Attack on
webcomic more than the
Titan.
manga, that's totally fine. That's totally your right. I
Is
don't
that a
wanna poo-poo on
Hazeyama,
your
right?
opinion. Enjoy One
Hazeyama.
Punch Man how you want, but just let other
Imagine.
people enjoy the manga if they prefer that. Everybody can have their cake and eat it too. But anyway, I for one am big on a writer's integrity to stand by their work, no matter how disliked it is by the fan base. That's just always been a belief of mine and it doesn't change here. I mean, just look at what happened with Attack on Titan. Without getting into any spoilers, the reception of the original ending of the manga was so freaking negative that the creator himself added to the ending a little later, and when that ending was received poorly, Isayama went as far as to apologize to the entire community for not giving everyone an ending that they loved. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's admirable that these mangakas care so much about giving the readers the best experience possible. It's honestly something that's pretty absent in Western media if you ask me. But the
Agreed.
idea of changing or altering your vision because some people are crying about it, I don't know, it just always rubbed me the wrong way, you know?
There's no problem with that actually, as long as the author wants it or also agrees with it. It's just that it is just morally and you know, I think that's why he's thinking like that. Na parang yung mga fans kanya-kanya, pero still I can I don't, you know what, I have a brain of a cock, I mean a brain of a chicken, so I cannot say anything about this that is more on the, you know, as I'm not a doctor in psychology, so I cannot say it. And still, but yeah, I still think that the author, if the author wants it, then do it. What the author wants, then do it. Ewan ko, di ko alam. Pero kung, ano, yeah, but anyway.
So I'm pretty
Ano
sure
pinagsasabi ko? Huwag ka na nga lang makinig. Manood na nga lang tayo.
if many of the people that disliked the original version actually went back and read the whole fight, adding in an imaginary sit-down that Saitama and Garo would have had just before he became Cosmic Fear Garo,
Yeah.
way less of a problem
Yeah.
with it now knowing the bigger picture that one was trying to paint. Simply being able to read through the entirety of the story in one sitting and digesting it all at once, I think would make it a much more appealing experience for me.
Yeah,
Again,
true.
no one knows for sure if the poor reception of this chapter was what actually led one to change the direction
Very
of the
cool, by the way.
fight. It's possible that one himself
Very good and wholesome, by the way.
didn't like how it turned out, and it was of his own volition that the new version was made. Your guess is as good as mine. One thing I do know for sure is that when the original version first dropped, people were acting like their goddamn houses were burning down or something with the reactions
Oh no.
they had. What a time to be a One Punch Man fan.
Oh no. Oh no. I like this video. I really like this video. I really like this video. Where is the comment section? I doubt either one or rather changed the manga because of complaints. They often redraw entire chapters because they are not happy with how they turn out. They've done it several times before. They pretty much changed the whole fight between Child Emperor and Phoenix Man, despite people actually loving the original. Oh, that one had multiple changes. To be fair, they never released a chapter, then scrap it, and very next. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, they never released a chapter, but still, I think this is a very good. I think that one made a multiple changes. I think. I'm not sure the time of the edits and didn't. Okay, cool. Murata redraw part chapter 1 of the 5 because he was dissatisfied with how the mecha came out. Much later, the fight was completely scrapped and remade for the volume. Thank you for speaking the facts. I kinda cool that they can change things and make their perfect vision of the history instead of having it built. But as far as I know, there are problems with that particular event. I think. there are so many problems.
With this, webcomic
I mean
readers were
problems with the community, problems
to
with
be
the
met with
Twitter, the people in Twitter, and people and everything. It is really uproar or really, masyado maingay nung panahon na to nung nilabas to.
So therapy
Kasi inisip
chapter
nila na para bang, to therapy session na lang, talk to jutsu na lang, ganyan-ganyan. Pero maraming kasi gusto ng fight kasi. Which is very valid naman yung sinabi niya. Very valid na parang, nga, they redraw entire chapter. But if you will ask me if I will pick, will I pick the original, manga, or I mean the original one that one made, or this Murata one made? I like Murata. I really like the draw of Murata and I like it. And I will always pick One Punch Man manga that is currently drawn by Murata. I love it. So if you like it as well, please like the video and subscribe, and follow me on all my socials and YouTube channels. Bye bye. Well, look who made this through this video. Impressive survival skills, my friend. Now if you think your nerds can handle it, check out our latest creation here in the video. You know what it is. Nakikita niyo sa screen niyan. Check out mo na yan. For sure. It will enlighten you and give you some powers to be stronger than anyone else. Warning, this is just a warning. Excessive laughter might cause your neighbors to question your sanity. So click right here to dive into the madness. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, well, we can't promise to cure your FOMO, but we can certainly make it worse. Hit the subscribe button and let the hilarity ensue. See you on the other side, brave souls. God, thank you, Lord. And click these 2 videos or 1 video. What you can see here is the best video for you, and it will be the best for you. Look at this picture. Those eyes was mesmerizing. It will give you big heart. I promise you. Promise.